You're watching Prime Crime with me, Dharamjot Kaur, a show where we dive deep into crimes of all manners and all sizes from around the world. Today, I will be walking you through different kind of stories, but a majority of the episode has an underlying theme: sexual abuse. It comes in different forms from different people in different parts of the world. Some survive to tell the story, some go down a path of revenge, and some turn out to be horrific tales which remind us that justice at times is far from being delivered. Welcome to the show. Sometimes the devil is dressed in a white coat. This is what a prosecutor had to say about France's surgeon on trial, Joël Le Scouarnec. Now a retired medical professional, Joël for 25 years raped and sexually assaulted his patients. 25 years. These weren't just a few occurrences. Between 1989 and 2014, Joël committed horrendous crimes against 299 of his patients. From the list of victims, 256 of them were children, all under the age of 15 years when they were either raped or assaulted sexually. The details get worse. Joël committed these heinous acts when his patients were under the influence of anesthesia or just after waking up from an operation. The trial began in February this year and has lasted for a period of 3 months before it reached a conclusion. Joël, who has now come to be known as the pedophile surgeon, faced charges for 111 cases of rape and 189 cases of sexual assault. Through the trial, the 74-year-old has admitted to his crimes. He also repeatedly, monotonously apologized. Needless to say, many victims were not satisfied with the apology.
Je me rends compte de sa stratégie, du système.
I now see his strategy, the system at play, and how he ultimately uses the courtroom as yet another stage for his perversion. That, to me, is horrifying. Because even when he says, "I'm sorry, it was abhorrent," I still sense a form of perversion at work, a manipulation of our very identities.
De nos personnes. Voilà.
There is more to the story that will shock you. During his closing statement, the retired surgeon said that he is not asking the court for leniency. Rather, he is simply asking for the right to be a better person. At 74 years, Joël wants to become a better person. After decades of assault, rape, and other twisted forms of abuse against minors, he wants to become a better person. While he is already serving a prison sentence for another similar crime, he wants to now become a better person. Yes, he has done this before. In 2005, Joël was convicted for owning sexually abusive images of children. Then in 2020, 3 years after his retirement, a court sentenced Joël to 15 years in prison for the rape and sexual assault of 4 children. 2 of these children were his own nieces. And now this trial, which oddly began only because his past crimes came to light while police were investigating another case, Joël had been accused of raping his 6-year-old neighbor. When authorities conducted a search of his home, they found a pile of diaries and hard disks. in which the man had made a long list of hundreds of his victims. The case has eerie similarities to the infamous Pellico trial, the mass rape case where a man drugged his own wife and invited men over to his house to repeatedly rape her. And he captured it all on film. That trial ended with Dominique Pellico behind bars as thousands in France rallied on the streets. It made Giselle, the criminal's now ex-wife, a feminist icon. But unlike the Pellico trial, the pedophile surgeon's case and the stories of his minor victims has not stirred France's soul. Public anger has been muted and protests almost negligible. As I talk to you about this story right now, Joël has been sentenced. But his trials are far from over. It is likely that an additional trial will be required for the pedophile surgeon to cover the cases of further victims whose abuse is not part of the present case. Imagine the scale of one man's crimes, the hundreds of lives that have been ruined. But the victims, along many others, raise questions over France's medical and legal establishment, on the lack of checks and balances, on the dearth of strong laws that deter individuals from committing such dastardly acts in the first place. Within months, this is France's second such trial from years past. Reforms and a call to action is long overdue.